Oops. I have 4 o'clock. We need to call this meeting to order.
Welcome to Iowa Spring.
Mhm.
Engineer update went out yesterday afternoon. We checked some roads Sunday night into blizzard. Yes, it was near zero visibility in spots, blowing snow and all that good stuff, but we sent out 2 trucks on Monday morning at 7 o'clock, one north and one south, to pick up the little drifts. The roads were decent and they're dry off by now. We were out blading, hauling rock with 4 trucks. The brush crews were driving around looking for brush. And the whole crew that's waiting on the cylinder for the excavator was reconning for beaver dams and making a list. Number 8 motor graders doing a big service this week. Still waiting on the cylinder for some of the old hoe. And they're doing more tractor service on the John Deere, and we're going to put a couple of rear tires on those. Continue doing project development on D Avenue and M56, base stabilization and seal coat job. We're ready for I'll show you a draft program next week. We had a safety meeting on Monday. The new guys are doing flagger training in Taylor County tomorrow. District 4 DOT folks stopped by to talk about the safety action plan. And we had a letting today for the farm to market rock. The website's changed and I couldn't find the apparent low bid, so I'll have to wait on that a bit. I am fairly certain that Shilberg Construction got the bid.
You're what?
I'm fairly certain that Shilberg Construction, the Greenfield, would have got the bid because they were the only ones bidding. Tom, questions about the engineer's update? Moving on to the next agenda item. There's a utility permit for overhead electric power on Quince. Just an extension. The map might be a little deceptive. It's not that whole mile that's indicated as in blue. My drawing on the map didn't scale very well. It's in the middle of the mile on Quince Avenue between 170th and 180th. Poles in next power to the next person down the road, new place. Need a motion to approve that.
Okay, do I hear a motion to approve the utility permit from Mid-American at 1759 Quince Avenue?
Make a motion to approve the utility permit.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay. Our next item is to discuss action use of courthouse grounds for Spirit on the Square on April 25th. And this is for utilizing trees as backdrops for floral standalone displays for prom goers to use for photo opportunities. And it would be from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. on the 25th of April. Do I hear a motion to approve?
Motion approved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Okay. Our next item is to discuss action. Grant Township trustee Brian Holmes has agreed to become the Grant Township trustee, taking Jim O'Hara's place. So I need a motion on that.
Make a motion that we approve Brian Holmes for town trustee for Grant Township.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. We had, speaking of township, we had a discussion of this at our meetings last week, and we don't know where, how, they think it's because of one county that introduced something that got a complaint about a township. And so, in our supervisor meetings last week, Jamie and Lucas, talked about what's going on at the State House, and, the majority of the supervisors agreed we did not want to take over the townships. Not only because of not wanting to deal with fire districts, but also dealing with cemeteries. And some counties are divided. Here in Page County, we have had on our ballots over the years numerous times, I guess, whether a township elects their township trustee and clerk, or whether they're appointed by the board. And how many do we have, Kristen? 2 that do not, they still are elected. And which are those? Okay. And they stick with wanting those to be elected. So anyway, it's just a big thing for anyone to ask to take over the cemeteries from the townships. That would not be good. I mean, because they plot out the lots, and they do so many other things with the cemeteries, as far as they hire the people to mow and do a lot of other things. And then and also work with all the fire districts, and some of them have more than one fire department dealing with them. So anyway, that was kind of the consensus of the supervisors in Des Moines last week. So that was just one thing that we had. I guess I kind of moved on into board communication. And the other thing that we talked about was the taxes, property taxes. They still don't know where they're going. We don't know where they're going. They don't know where they're going. So we'll see what happens. But there are different ideas up there. Again, they've been asked what the counties need to do, where they're overspending, and nobody can give them an answer. So they don't talk to the counties. They don't talk to the cities. So where they're coming from their information, we don't have a clue. But anyway, that's basically, otherwise we had good meetings and good information that came to us. We had people from NACO there. We had a judge from, they do things differently in Texas, and that's where he was from, and got some good information. One afternoon we had the Association of Counties people from Nebraska, Missouri, Iowa, trying to think who the other one, oh, in Texas, the gentleman from Texas. Really good discussion. Came up with a lot of good ideas and things that maybe our counties could adopt and work together. And so just it was good meetings. So anyway, that's my take on it. Anybody else have board communication?
We had a public or a Board of Health meeting last night. That was good. We did talk last night quite a bit about some of the state regulations and things, and the services that are starting to kind of disappear, and really what's going to happen. I think a lot of that has been put on hold because they're expecting a new governor and the new DHS
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 or
director.
HHS.
HHS director. I know.
Yeah.
But they're kind of waiting to see what their plans are. They haven't really come out and said, but there's still the idea of regional public health floating around. But we are trying to get ahead of it as best we can, and Sam's doing a really good job of reaching out to other counties and trying to work on ways we can share and do some of the things and still keep some of the services provided. And but it's kind of a little bit of a stressful thing because nobody knows really what's going to happen. I have a West Central meeting tonight if I make it. And then I think Monday there's an RPA meeting next Monday, I believe. And then I have a SWPCO meeting next Thursday. So,
And I got something and I can't find it. We had something come from ISAC this morning about public health. Public health realignment. And it looks like ISAC is in opposition to it because it's making lots of changes. I'm not finding the right thing, but anyway, well, another thing that they sent out this morning is that Senate File 2341 was amended and would require that prior to publication, supervisor meeting minutes would need to be approved by the board the following week, which is basically what it is, or approved by the chairperson if timely or publication is desired. Actually, the code reads that the minutes are sent to the paper within 7 days of a meeting. So that's one thing. Drainage we don't have to deal with. Another thing was that Senate File 2434 was amended and would require Board of Supervisors approval of internal office policies and a cost analysis of such policies. But the amendment exempts public safety agencies and the offices of the other elected officials. So it also removed provisions related to online posting in lieu of newspaper publication. So if we had hoped to go to strictly online posting, it doesn't work anymore. They've taken that out.
so we're gonna have to stick with the paper.
Yeah, yeah. And another thing, we've talked to about the VA commissions, and again, in their wisdom, they are moving away from the fixed amount of that $10,000 that they give to the VAs and putting it on application volume based. And they're going to shift the training to the Iowa Department of Veterans Affairs. They're going to scoop the education training funds currently allocated to the counties and delay lottery allocations to the counties. So ISAC is registered against that one also. So again, we in discussing this last week, it's like we've never ever seen anything in all the years that they have been coming down on the counties like they have this year. It's crazy. I'm sure you talked about it too, Angie, and the auditors probably too. Yeah. So anyway, just a little information there. Okay. Anything, Brian? No. Okay.
Farm Bureau.
Oh, you had Farm Bureau, yeah. And that went okay.
Went good.
Okay. Glad you were able to step in there since I would like to have gone, but it's good new experience for you. Okay. I guess we need to next move to discuss action meeting minutes from March the 10th. Do we have an approval on those?
Make a motion for the minutes as stated.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And our next item is to adjourn.
Make a motion adjourn.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. 4:16. And we are going to move into just a short budget workshop here.